right, what's the whole deal with Once and For All and positivity? It seems like something you guys are really about, but you're not a straight edge band. So what's the whole point of it?
It's like have a positive outlook on life. You know, like there's bands that like talk about like fucking beating people and just people in life that just are. Their whole like mission is just like to be assholes and fucking get fucked up. And like I'm not straight edge. You know, I drink, smoke, whatever, man. Like. But like handle yourself and do something with yourself. You know, accomplish something in life and don't. You know, just be righteous. You know, that says it all, man. You know?
Yeah. Have anything to add to that, Kyle?
Yeah, pretty much just you know, I mean, I am a straight edge kid and Tony's not a straight edge kid and we get along and we're great friends. So positivity is not necessarily about any kind of label or any kind of movement like straight edge or veganism. It's just more of an outlook on life and how to live your life to its fullest potential, but keeping your head up and always thinking about tomorrow and what it might bring.
Stay true to your friends. You know, like hardcore, man. Just like fucking, like be proud of what you represent. Being a hardcore kid, I've been going to shows for like I was talking about today, like 9 years now, and it's like something I don't see myself stopping going to. And like a lot of people, like that's what I represent: being positive and staying in this, and you know, being true to my friends. And
yeah, but what is hardcore? I mean, honestly, everybody's got a different definition.
Hardcore is just like, dude, you know, I can't explain that, man. It's like to each his own.
If you don't know, you never will.
Like everyone who's been going to these shows for a long time, like everyone here, you know, like. Is like really true about it, and that's hardcore, man.
But what's everybody true to? I mean, there's a ton of people who say they're true to hardcore or they're hardcore, but they're definitely extremely different.
But we are different, and the thing is, that's what makes us. It's unity, man. We're not all supposed to be the same.
But it's
supposed to be different.
Is Hatebreed hardcore? I mean, is somebody on a major label hardcore? Somebody who's made it to the next level? Is that's hardcore?
Hatebreed definitely is a hardcore band. You know what they sing about, what they represent. They never sold out. They're still doing what they were doing, you know, years ago.
What about a band like Glassjaw?
Glassjaw, I never considered a hardcore band. They're like an emo rock band to me. Like, you know, that's like.
But what if they consider themselves hardcore?
I don't.
Then they're open to their own interpretation.
I don't care what people call us. They could call us
part of the great aspect.
Or like we're not. You know, I don't care if people call us posy or hardcore, but you know, we are a hardcore band, and that's what we would call ourselves.
Part of the great thing about the hardcore scene is that everyone is different and everyone's everyone's subject to their own interpretation, and I think that's what the scene thrives on.
Are you gonna edit this?
Let's take one of the shows, stop! With the fuck up! Let's go! Come on, let's do it fucking space, let's do it up! Let's all get this one only damn way hardcore! You want the world! So I gotta say one fucking thing! Capital Bro! On the attack! Capital Bro! Get on back up! Let's do this fucking movement!
I've been involved in the hardcore scene and the people involved in it and everything about it for years.
But it's nothing. Is it more than
music? It's a community, man. It's a place that I've like seriously like everything in my life since like when I moved up here has been involved with hardcore. All the friends I made, everything I do, like the last like 9 years of my life pretty much has been this one thing, and it's a community of people. And I like what it stands for. I like what it represents, and that's hardcore.
I think there's common ideals and common beliefs within the scene that are widely accepted amongst the whole scene. Like, for instance, a few weeks ago we had
if you're not used to distortion, you're not hardcore. How about
what?
Like that.
Tony says if you don't use distortion, you're not hardcore.
But I mean, obviously it's something more than music. So what's that definition of it outside of music? Because I mean, there's 6 million bands that call themselves hardcore.
You know, like that's a good question because, like, you know, like Candiria is one of those bands that
Sevens, bitch.
I would never, like, people would be like, they're not hardcore, they're metal. But you know what? They used to come around here and be just as chill, and people danced to them and sang along to them like they were a hardcore band. It's hard to define the definition of hardcore. Maybe underground, heavy. I don't know, man. I really can't.
I think everyone's open to their own interpretation.
Didn't we answer this like 3 times now?
No one's given me an answer yet.
It's hard, man. Sorry, Sawyer will give it to you. How about this? Here it is.
Yeah, that's not an out of hand. We already
There
had
you go.
that.
He loves talking, man. When I first got involved in hardcore, it was all like straight edge, veganism, all this stuff, all these ideas, all these like different movements, and a lot, you know, something that people can get open to. But not just straight edge veganism. There's a lot of other stuff. Everyone says different stuff in songs. You take it, you listen to it, and you try to figure out what this guy's saying. It opens your mind.
But does that mean hardcore is open to all opinions and all ideas? I mean, I don't see like militant veganism. I don't see militant straight edge
I don't think
as that different than like fascism or something like that. I mean,
thank God, like we're over the whole militant thing, man. Because that was too much. It's all about unity. You straight edge kids, not straight edge. Seriously, man. That militants. I don't know, man. Like, look at all the people who are militant about it. How many of them are still like crazy vegan and crazy straight edge? Like, I see like a lot of times the kids are like the hardest and like, oh, fucking can't hang out with kids who aren't straight edge and the ones that fucking fall off first, you know? So.
What's your whole view on like violent dancing? I mean, you've definitely been on stage and said, hey, you know, fuck it up and dance hard and things like that. But then it seems that you're definitely against kids dancing.
There's a way, you know what? I dance. I dance and I dance hard. I'm not gonna like deny that. But there's a difference of like losing your shit and having a fucking good time. Dance as hard as you want. Don't fucking aim for kids like intentionally. Like people get hit. I've got fucking my nose broken. Got hit so many times. And I've hit people, you know, and it's like a common courtesy. But once you're like walking up to kids and just fucking blasting them for no reason, that's just like being intentionally hitting somebody.
But don't you think hardcore's kind of lost that whole sense of danger that it used to have?
I don't think it was that. When I started going to shows, it was fucking awesome. I didn't have to worry about people walking up to me and punching me in the face. When you have 15 kids dancing at once, that's where you gotta... And when everyone's having a good time and fucking doing their own thing, not trying to hurt other people, you're just fucking going on it, man. You don't have to like go after people. You don't want to like start shit with people. What's the point of that? Everyone's there together. There's so many assholes in the world that like everyone could be fighting except like another hardcore kid with another hardcore t-shirt. You know, or even someone who's there and looks different. It's like they're there. They're not. If someone's not an asshole to you, don't be one to them. You know, have respect for each other. You know,
yeah, respect, dude.
Yeah.
You can dance as hard as you can.
Fuck.
Like as long as you dance with respect, and you can dance and knock somebody out or hit somebody really hard or whatever. You stop me. You're alright. I'm sorry. That wasn't intentional. Whatever. You don't dance intentionally to hit
And like,
anybody,
yo,
or anybody.
everyone's
You
been
dance hard, but I mean, like that's because that's.
People have been
I'm
in
little, I have to
incidents.
dance hard.
Yo, like that shit happens at DIY shows, and like shit gets said, you know, and like I think it's gonna sometimes something's gonna happen where that shit's happening and people like fucking going after people and like trying to bully people. Like if the scene, you know, like if the scene is unified. There's so many, there'll always be so many more of us than there is of other people. And we need to stick up for each other and, you know, all be on the same level. In case, you know, we can't be bullied around, man. Don't let, you know, I think everyone feels the same.
Yeah, Joe.
How do you feel about it?
See you guys get up here. It's a brand new song. I can
definitely go.
Okay. This is like 2 weeks ago.
How do you guys feel about the whole like fashion core deal and people dressing the way that they dress and kind of being way different than they were?
I would just say, you know, kids are going to dress how they want to dress regardless of whether kids bust their balls about it or not. So I really don't think it's an issue until it becomes more part of a person's identity than actually what they have to say. Whether it be in a band or talking to their friends or doing a zine or a website or on a message board or whatever. So, what do you want?
Yeah, dress however you want, man. You know, like I don't really care how you dress. I just know like it's what you're about, man. You
I
know,
dressed
fucking...
myself today.
Oh shit! There you go. Fireworks.
yeah,
No, dude,
party.
no, fuck that.
Oh,
Look at how cold in my house.
Man. It's like smoke.
That's why it's cold.
That's the fucking party. Yo, we should get like a party. There we go. Crazy kid.
Anyway.
I've never heard Tony say that we were strictly play DIY shows. I mean, if we say DIY shows are where it's at, then that's what we mean. It doesn't necessarily mean that we won't play TED shows.
Of course.
Because, I mean, no matter what, if you've been in a band and you've played a TED show, you know it's cool to hear your band through a sound system.
You know what? I'll tell you something right now. Like, Ted is a great person to play for. You get paid before you even play. And it's always good. Like, bands love Ted. and he makes money off hardcore, that's what he does. We all, you know, but he's not making millions of dollars. You know, it's not like he's making, I don't think he's making $1,000. He might make a little bit of profit, but the work he puts into it, I think he puts a lot of work. And he makes a little bit of profit, and he made his job. Guy's like, how old is he? He's really old, you know, and if you're 50-something years old still doing this, and you're making some money off of it, I don't see anything wrong. I don't think that's selling out. I don't know if Ted was into hardcore, but, you know, he's always been awesome to me. Since I was a kid, you know, like 15 years old going to shows. Not 15, 16, man. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Ted is, you know, pretty cool shit, you know? What do you think, Scott?
Why do you keep asking me questions? I'm doing the interview.
You know, like,
how do you guys feel about stuff like professional hardcore bands that, like, you know, tour and you know, release records, and that's their job and that's how they pay rent?
I think it's awesome, dude.
Do you think it's you don't think
I would fucking love that, dude. If I can play all the time.
Yeah, but the thing
there's
is,
nothing wrong with having there's nothing wrong with, like, being able to play and do something you love and fucking, like, be able to pay, as long as you're sincere about it. You're not playing something fucking fake. Like bands like The Starting Line and, like, fucking, like, what is seen as punk rock right now and, like, TRL and shit is, like, such a fucking joke. It's like, I can't even watch TRL. Like, not like, I don't even try to, but, like, when they say, like, this band's punk and this band's punk, and, like, it's like boy bands. It's like,
yeah, but I'm talking about hardcore bands. I mean, I'm talking about bands.
There's no hardcore bands that do that.
There are a ton of bands that do that.
But as far as we're concerned, they're not hardcore bands.
Some bands are.
Well, what about a band like Most Precious Blood, or what about a band like Terror?
They're hardcore, like.
But they do it for a living. I mean, that's how they.
Yeah, but they're sincere and they enjoy what they're doing. I mean, but I think a lot of us are all envious because they're doing what they love for a living. And
dude, you know what, dude? I'll tell you one thing. As long as I listen to all kinds of music. As long as you're sincere about what you're doing and you're not doing it just so, like, yo, I just want to do this so I get big. You're doing it because you love the music and you're playing it. And, you know, bands like Most Precious Blood, Indecision and Most Precious Blood, they've been together, like, around for years. Rob Fusco's been in hardcore for years. They're not selling out. They're still doing hardcore. And they're blowing up. They're in alternative press. It's fucking cool shit, you know? I think it's awesome. If you can live off hardcore, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to live large, I'll tell you that. I don't see anyone living large off hardcore. Do you? Yeah, like, I don't know. You're not going to be like Puff Daddy with.
What about a band like a band like No Warning signing to Island?
I heard that was bullshit because I was reading, like, a message board today and they just updated and they're still looking for a label. And if they have signs of that, whatever, man. No Warning are fucking good, man. They came out with, like, the best shit. Personally, like, I've heard in, like, a while. Like, I'm really into them.
Yeah,
they're good, man.
Good band.
Definitely really good.
I guess time will tell to see, like, whether or not they're legit in their message, and it's really hard, I think, to weed out bands like that unless it's pretty obvious when you take a look at them and see how they conduct themselves.
I don't know. No Warning's pretty sick, and I expect, like, I don't know. I expect some good shit from them. You know, that's.
I guess that the fact that DIY shows are, you feel way more intimate as a band, interacting with people who are watching you when you're playing, and you feel like you can convey your message more strongly, kind of get in their face about it. If they're unclear about it, there's no confusion because you're like eye level with the crowd. And I think what draws more people to TED shows is typically it's more professionally advertised and promoted, and it's at a higher price, so people expect to like receive like a good show no matter what, even if the band's
and that is not guaranteed.
And that's definitely not guaranteed. I've had more fun at DIY shows countless times than as opposed to any TED show.
Do you think the whole fact that TED shows are stronger? Do you think that affects the scene at all? Do you think that's a negative or a positive for the scene, or do you think it's good that there's both a DIY scene and
the kids at the TED shows usually just want to like bring the mosh, you know, like there's more to hardcore than just bringing the mosh. You know, it's also the fucking dance and all, but that's the way I see it.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ted's been doing shows for probably as long as I've been alive, so he knows how to put on a show.
Yeah,
he
we should do this another time too.
What he's doing, and he's professional about it. So, and I do think it's crucial to have his type of shows in Albany as well as DIY shows, because a lot of kids who book DIY shows, except for you, of course, and Wake Up Punk, don't really have the resources to bring these big touring bands around and pay them what they want. So it's good that the kids are getting a chance to see the bands that they wouldn't normally see at a DIY show. And at the same time, I think DIY shows are crucial because it gives smaller bands who wouldn't normally get a TED show a chance to play and to spread their message and to get people to see them. So.
Everybody move up!
Would you hurt your leg already? No. Just stopping yourself. Just stopping yourself from dancing.
And oh shit!
Yo!
Yo, what the fuck? Hey, this is fire!